Good morning. We are coming out of Philippians chapter 1 today, verses 12 through 14. And I just got so much mercy and grace just from reading this one chapter in Philippians so far. And just to give you a little background, it's a letter that Paul is writing to the individuals back at Philippi. By this time, Paul has been imprisoned for his beliefs of following Jesus Christ, and he's basically writing out some encouragement to the others who are still free to keep their head, clear. Keep your head high and continue in your belief. But like I said, I just got so much mercy and grace and understanding just from verses 12 through 14. And it leads me back to my question for you today, which is, what happened to you? But I'm going to read it to you really quickly here out of, again, where I'm in Philippians chapter 1, verses 12 through 14. And verse 12 starts here. I want you to know, brothers, that what has happened to me has really served to advance the gospel. That's number one. Paul immediately lets it be known that what has happened to him has nothing to do with him. It's all for Christ. He literally is following Christ with his true heart and soul. And it's serving to advance the gospel. So let me read this next line to kind of give you a better understanding what I mean when I say that. But again, I want you to know, brothers, that what has happened to me has really served to advance the gospel, so that it has become known throughout the whole imperial guard and to all the rest of my imprisonment is for Christ. And the most of the brothers, having become confident in the Lord by my imprisonment, are much more bold to speak the word without fear. That is so much mercy and grace to me, because Paul is saying what has happened to me has given others the strength, the encouragement, the wisdom that they need to move forward and be bold in Christ. And I don't know what you're going through today, what you're going through last year, this week, right now, but Paul literally went from being a Christian hater to killing Christians to putting his life on the line for Jesus Christ. And I don't know if it gets any more, just talk about a flip around of a person. I don't know if it gets any more deep than that. I mean, he literally was a Christian hater. And now he's in prison because he believes in Christ Jesus. And again, my question is, what has happened to you? Throughout my life, I feel like I've had some of the most loneliest seasons. I mean, season after season after season. And I'm almost sitting here holding back tears making this video, because just being a Christian, you go through so much. And that's the part people don't want to tell you about. You know, they know that you're a Christian, or they find out this about you and they think that you should be so strong all the time, and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, and you should be this and you should be that. But being a Christian is nothing close to being perfect. It's nothing close to being perfect. But what Paul is telling us right here in verses 12 through 14 is, what I went through is not about me. It is to let you know that God is not only real, but he is more than faithful to go and complete what he has begun in not only me, but what he has begun in this world. It is a beautiful 2 lines that has just honestly strengthened me this morning. And I hope and pray that it's something that can strengthen you throughout this week. No matter what you are going through, remember that to a certain degree, yes, you're going through it for yourself, because no matter what you go through, God is always changing you and crafting you and growing you and prospering you into your next level of your life. So to a certain degree, it is about you becoming a better Christian and a growing Christian. Excuse me, I don't want to say a better Christian, because being a Christian, you're where you need to be, but we can all grow. So excuse me for saying being a better Christian, but to grow as a Christian is what God is showing us here. And like I was saying, for me, being a Christian, if I could sum it up in one word, would be lonely. And like I said, it's not to discourage you, it's not to push you away. It's telling you the truth, because in my loneliness, one of the things that God has shown me, He's revealed so many things about Himself to me in my loneliness. He strengthened me in my loneliness. He's separated me from the wheat and the grit in my loneliness. There were days that I felt like, well, man, is it just me? Nobody wants to be around me. I can't seem to make friends. I even went to bars. I've went to clubs. I've stepped outside of my element because I felt so lonely. And even making this video right now, believe it or not, I'm lonely. I am. But reading verses 12 through 14, verse 14 specifically, and most of the brothers having become confident in the Lord by my imprisonment are much more bold to speak the word without fear. Simple. Paul being in prison allowed the gospel to be spread and to be preached more versus if he wasn't in prison. This is the same for something that you're going through in your life. Like for me, my loneliness, it's something that God is going to be able to take. Just like right now, I'm able to make this video to encourage and to prosper and to help you go through this week. He's using my loneliness to be able to be much more bold and strong and encouraging for you when it comes to Christ. Because no matter what you are going through, God is right there by your side. He loves you. He's always encouraging you. God is so good.